What's going on there, ladies and gents? It's your boy, Treetop Piper. I was just gonna show some of my cellar. Somebody was asking about it, but I actually opened up this jar of nightcap. This is literally the first jar of nightcap I opened up in 2012 or 2014, and it was actually perfectly moist to smoke. I was surprised that it wasn't dust. Perfectly moist. Came out excellent. But I had some, some requests to show my cellar. So I decided I would. But yeah, that's been in the danged the jar there for 10 years. 10 years, 8 to 10 years it's been in there. I didn't pull all my jars out because I have 50 of them, and there's, everybody does, and a lot of them, they're not aging, it's just me keeping a blend on ice. But the ones that I do age, like I've got I got an 8-ounce bag of Dunbar. It's one of my favorite vapors. I really like the broken flake of Dunbar. So I think I've had this one for 4 or 5 years. But this is one that I really enjoy from time to time. And it's nice to have copious amounts of things you enjoy. And actually, I just wanted to take the time to point this out. I found this jar today. I forget, somebody at my house had it, but it's got a wood cap and a rubber gasket, and I'm pretty sure that it seals airtight. So I'm pretty psyched about that. I plan on using it maybe for a tobacco that's more of a regular smoke for me. And then another one, we got full Virginia Flake here, which is it's been in there for 5 years. It's been in there since 2017, I believe. I think that's when I got the boxes. Now I've got a half pound or 5 tins that are 5, 6, 7 years old too. So I mean, this is to smoke, and then the tins are more to see how well it ages in the tin. But I mean, it ages good in the jar. It definitely shows some aging. You can see some crystals, but it doesn't look quite as good as it would if I had it in there for 5 years in the jar. But that's my 250 gram box of Virginia Flake, and it just comes in those monster flakes. And these I always keep in a very cool, dry location. They typically get more of a pampered treatment. Now I've got my jar of Penzance, and I haven't opened it in so long it started to rust up top. But I only have about that much left, which is more than a tin. But I do have some in a jar as well that I pull from, rather than pulling out of the big jar. I pull from a smaller one. Just load that up from time to time. And then the next, we got Sam Galwith's Navy Flake, and this was jarred. Yeah, they were all jarred in June of 2017. So that's 5-year-old Navy Flake, which I haven't opened it at all. And I am excited about this one. This was one of my favorite tobaccos that I reviewed. I really fell in love with it. It reminded me of a a more readily available version of like special Latakia Flake. You know, you could actually get this in bulk. But it has the rum topping. It's extremely sweet. Has a nice smoky flavor. And then the third one, the coup de grace of the three, I would say, either that or Virginia Flake. And I could have gone for 1792 Flake, but to be honest with you, I'm not really a 1792 Flake fan. I'm not really that big on Kentucky Dark Fired or Bold Kentucky or really any Burley. There are some Burleys that are all right. I've had some. There are some good all-day smokes that use Burley. But I would never buy a Burley Flake. Maybe to review on the show, or on the channel, but I would never buy a Burley Flake as like, oh yeah, you know, that's, ooh, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, H&H just came out with a new Burley Flake, or McBaron. No, that's not me. I mean, and some people are. I know Oldberg is a fan of Burleys, and I'm just not. And I actually found out the Straight Up English has Burley in it. It's Burley, Red Virginia, and Latakia. Now that's an American Virginia, or an American English blend for you right there. But the St. James Flake, it looks pretty good. It's definitely, I mean, it's aged good. It doesn't look dried out. It's nice and crystallized. But again, it doesn't, like, I've opened a tin of 6-year-old St. James Flake, and this looks more like how it does fresh than what it does after 5 years in a tin. After 5 years in a tin, this would look totally different than what, I mean, the flakes would be stiff. They would be, you know, more extremely moist, almost difficult to dry out. And then next up we have Rich Dark Flake. There's a pound in here, or not a pound, I would say probably half a pound. I think I've probably given half a pound away. I've sent them out as gifts with eBay pipe purchase, or, you know, when I'd sell a pipe, I would send a sample. Anytime I did, you know, trades with guys or sent somebody a package, I would, you know, send it to them, because when you have a pound of tobacco that you don't smoke very often, it's not a big deal to you know, to let half of it go. You know, that's gonna last. That I mean, and honestly, carrying my tobacco, the big plastic bin, I realized that I have more tobacco than I could smoke in my whole life. I mean, it's not even that much. I've seen bigger cellars, but I have way more tobacco than I could ever smoke. Now, I wouldn't smoke the same blend all the time. Like, I would end up smoking one blend and then moving on to the next one, and, you know, but I have enough tobacco that could last me the rest of my life, just in tins. I really like this new K Woody that I got, this aged briar carburetor. It just smokes so good, smokes so lovely. I sanded down the saddle bit a little bit, and it's starting to, the black is starting to come back. I still need to do a little bit more. I was using 1,000 grit sandpaper, but if anybody has any pointers on that stuff, let me know. Anyway, yeah, the Rich Dark Flake, it's excellent. It's definitely a most excellent blend. And then they even have Hampton Flake, which is almost like Sterling Flake, Germain's version of Sterling Flake, or Burley Flake, something like that. It's like really almost like, it looks almost like dark flake. It has like a reddish, like a browny color, like reddish brown, and it's just a really deep dark flavor to that tobacco. But anyway, there was a few jars that I did want to show. I do have like I said, I had opened a tin of McClellan's St. James Woods in 2016 or 2017, and it always came in like a flake version, or like this one came in more of a flake. Like the 32-ounce tins would come in a flake, like a broken flake. And then the bigger cans, you might get like actual, they would be let's say, let me think, what's that size? I would say, a stamp, like the size of a stamp or so. Those are the flakes that you would get with McClellan's. And I had the St. James Woods. Now that's a really special vapor. I mean, that there's something to be said about that. That's a special blend right there. I've got Springtime Flake by Samuel Gawith, and I tried to get Scottish Autumn and I never could get it. I got all the other three, I never did get Scottish Autumn, and it's such a shame because I could have done the whole line and had the whole line and did them all in reviews, but oh well. And then I've got some Across the Pond, yeah, Syria and Latakia, Frogmorton. And this was back in the day when I used to go on hunts with Berg, and me and him, I would call around to small town tobacconists, and I would actually look on Google and see in their shop and see what they had on their shelves. And if they had Frogmorton on their shelves, I would call them, and several times I got 100-gram tins doing that, calling. I'm talking Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wyoming, calling tobacco shops in little, tucked away places in the country. It was ridiculous, but made out with some good tobacco. Believe me, I've tried quite a bit. Yeah, there's that. They Across the Pond, and then some Baby's Bottom. Now this was before they switched it to BB, 1938. I actually had a tin I had the tin Baby's Bottom on it, and that was back when they had this was one of the first blends they reintroduced, the Baby's Bottom. And I remember when this was before Dark Flake, this was before Ye Old Sign and Ready Rubbed and all those. It was way before them. This was the first one they did, because it was an old blend, which I jarred up years ago, just because it was a blend I had had for years. So I jarred it up. Anyway, and then it says Select Mixture, but it's what it actually is medium flake. It's Germain's medium flake, and you can tell by how bright the Virginias are. They're super bright, and they're really, really fine cut, almost a shag cut, like you would see with drum tobacco or Peter Stockaby's pipe tobacco, like the stuff that comes in the tin, not the bulk. And then we got the Royal Jersey Perique. I tried that the other day. And then the 40th anniversary. I still got a couple of flakes in there too. They're hard to see, but you know, they really weren't that big. They were, you know, and most of the time they were broken in half. You would get half a flake. And then I have some Germain's brown flake in a tin, or in a jar, like half of one of these. So, you know, maybe a quarter or half a tin. Anyway, that's the last of the stuff in the jar. And then also, I have a bag of Esoterica Penzance that I bought years ago. I have a bag of that. That's for when I run out of the other stuff. Because really, an 8-ounce bag, I could make that last years. And honestly, I could just smoke that and be happy. You know, to me, it's a very well-rounded Balkan, and I could smoke just that. Now, this is all my square and rectangular tins. This one I got from Oldberg. An old school tin of Dunhill Light Flake. And this was back in the day, I was talking in the last video about presentation. When you got a square tin, it came with the folded paper, and then a gold sticker held the paper together, and it had a tobacco leaf drawn or inked or printed on it. And it was just the beautiful presentation. I believe this was a 2014, because you can look up the number on these. But it's just called Dunhill Flake on here, but it's actually Dunhill Light Flake. You know, it was, when they came out with Dark Flake, it was originally Light Flake, because they had Dark Flake at the time years ago. And then they came out with, or they got rid of Dark Flake and then just made that flake. Now, and that right there is a very much, I remember when people would talk about tasting citrus in Virginias, and I'd be like, where are they getting that from? I remember when the first time it hit me, and I was like, oh my God, I taste oranges and lemons in this smoke. It was out of a square tin, just like that. That's honestly, that's one of the times that really stuck with me in pipe tobacco. And then we got Brown No. 4 with Sam Gawith, which is Finest Kindle Twist. It's like, I had Black XXX, didn't like it much, a little too dark for me. I think the brown, and this one I've had for 5 years. This is probably 6 years old, maybe 7 years old. That it may be worth a damn nowadays. I mean, like Cabby's Mixture, cutting it into coins and then smoking it that way. I've considered that because I always loved Cabby's Mixture, and that's all it is. It's spun tobacco cut into coins. And then I got a 2014 tin of Special Latakia Flake. And that I have some left in a jar, so this one I'm really putting off. I'd really like to get more of it before I open this, you know, before I ever open it, because it's hard to get these tins anymore, these thin rectangular ones. Another one I got from Oldberg, I believe I did. And then this one, when I first started smoking, I only picked like 4 tins. And 2 of them were Cabby's Mixture. It was a new Sam Gawith blend at the time. This was 2016, 2017. I smoked the first one, never did smoke the second one, still have it. So this one, and it's got the sticker on it, so it can be dated, but this one is 2016, 2015, and it's, you know, a fantastic blend. I mean, that's just a great vapor. And then I've got a tin of King Charles. I actually have 2. There's another one I have, but I really like King Charles. It's a good all-day smoke for Balkans and Englishes. It's similar to Penzance, but it just smokes a little differently. It's cut differently. And then actually I have 2 tins of 1792 Flake that I bought in 2017, I think. Shoot, you can hear them sliding around in there. And boy, these are some dark flakes. I've had somebody send these to me, and it's like smoking licorice snaps. I don't know if you know what those are, but it will put you on your ass. It's no joke. And then I've got like 5 of these tins that were they were purchased in March of 2016. So I've got that's 6 years old right there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of these, all from 316. Now, and I bought these on eBay when you could buy tobacco on eBay. And I bought them for I got a really good price on them, actually. It was a really good deal. When you bought all 5, you got a better deal. And they already had 2 years or 3 years of age on them, and I figured, what the heck? You know, in 10 years, they're only going to appreciate, and I figured in 10 years, if I wanted to sell them, I could sell them. If I want to smoke them, I could smoke them, you know, either or. You know, I figured the either or was a good way to go. And then I got an English summer flake I've yet to try, and this one has definitely got some age on it, because that line came out, the Stanislaw pipe tobacco line, it came out a long time ago. Like, that's Irish springtime flake, and I didn't really like it either, but I'll try it with some age. But I always wanted to try the Scottish Autumn. That was the one I really wanted, never could get. But one I have tried is the Wintertime Flake. I was able to get multiple tins of that. I've got one of those too. I've got an English Summer and a Wintertime Flake. And I have some Wintertime Flake in a tin, or in a jar as well. And then I've got 3 tins of 1820 mixture. I mean, and these are just the ones I keep on hand. This is for me, you know. This is so I don't have to go. I mean, I can buy it when it comes around. You know, I'm not down to my last, you know, bit on it. So, you know, that's why I keep these around. You know, they're the after meal evening smokes. Kind of like a nightcap is to me. The 1820 Margate, that's one I would get an 8-ounce bag for, because I really do enjoy that tobacco. I got a tin of it, and it was just fantastic. And then I've got a tin of Germain's Brown Flake from the EU. And I bought it when you could buy tobacco on eBay. I bought it from a guy. I had a guy who sold it in the EU and shipped it out of Germany or something. And I would get that and special Latakia Flake. I could get as much as I wanted. And he had it quite often. And then I do have 2 tins of Royal Jersey Original Latakia Mixture, which these are 5 or 6 years old, and this is one that I really, really like. I really enjoy this blend, and I wanted to try it, you know, with some age. And there's a reason why I hung on to these tobaccos. You know, it wasn't just at a blind, you know, stupid luck that I hung on to them. And then I got a Commonwealth mixture here, and all these are 5 or 6 years old. I've got a Commonwealth mixture here, which I've never tried, but I will. I've always wanted to try, and one day I will pop it open. And then next I got a Skiff Mixture, and I bought 2 of these, and currently I still got about half a tin left in a jar. and this is 5 years old. I forget when it was in stock. It was like 2017 when I bought this, and it was when I bought the boxes too. It was in stock at the time. And then I got, I know this is probably one you guys haven't seen, Samuel Gawith's Scotch Cup Mixture. I ordered this off of eBay from Europe. You could only get it from Europe. And I ordered one, but never did open it. And it's blended from fine Virginia's Black Cavendish, Burley, and Latakia. So it's a Black Cavendish, Burley, and Latakia mainly. And there, it's got that German tobacco seal on it. So that's where it's from. And then this is a heavy hitter. And man, I had a Sam's Flake. And I let that go. I had a Best Brown Flake. I had some really good ones that I let go or didn't like and just let them go. I had Chocolate Flake. But I got a St. James tin that I've had for, it's got some years. It's older than 5. I think it's like 7 or 8 years. This is just about ripe to be smoked. And then right underneath that is 1 tin of Navy Flake that I have been aging for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. I forget. I bought it on not on eBay. I bought it from Four Noggins or something like that. And then at the last ones out of my Samuel Gawith collection is there's a Springtime Flake, and that's an old one right there. To be that, like, they're all yellowed because they're from pipe shops where they smoked in them, and nobody bought this stuff. So these are way older than when I purchased them. Like this one, oh shoot, that's what'll bust it open. But this one here, the label is almost gone. I mean, the print is almost gone. That's how old it is, you know. That's got some age to it. But then I got 3 other of the Squadron Leader special edition with the smoking pipe symbol there. That they got tobacco, or they got Sam Gawith to make a run of the Perique edition of, gosh darn it. You know, the Freak edition of Squadron Leader, and these are really hard to come by. I remember when you'd see them for sale, they would go for a lot, but that was batches from years ago. But this is batch 1086 out of 3000, 1070 out of 3000, and batch or number 946 out of 3000. And I always thought it was just a cool sticker, you know, green and red with the biplane flying, and that and Skiff Mixture were 2 of the first Samuel Gawith blends that I ever tried, and immediately hooked me on Sam Gawith. That was one of the first ones, and now this is more of my. These are more contemporary blends. Now this weighs a lot. This whole kit here. Now the ones on top, I've got 2 tins of Quiet Nights that was jarred the day after my birthday, which is this month actually, the day after my birthday in 2018. So that's why I bought them the same day when they were in stock, because I forget how I knew they were. I think I bought one and it was that date, so I bought a second one and got the same date and was like, sweet, you know. So I have a pound of 4-year-old Quiet Nights, and which I plan on letting that go for at least half of it is going to go for 10 years. At least half of it will go for that long. And then we'll get these out of the way kind of quick. I've had these for years. The Plum Pudding and Mississippi River Special Preserve. I've had these for 5-6 years. Never had tried them or anything like that. And then here's a couple of my McClellan blends that I still have in there. It's the Foxhound Blend, and it's the finest Syria and Latakia Orientals from Macedonia and Turkey. Give this mild English style blend its smoothness and aroma and seductive aroma. So it's like, I guess I would say it's premium mild Latakia pipe tobacco. So it's like an all-day smoke, something you'd take out hunting, you know, and smoke while you're hunting. And I got 2 tins of that, which, you know, these are like hen's teeth, you know, even though it's not a particularly spectacular blend made by McClellan's, it's still special. And then I still got a couple Sam Galwith tins. I got 2 tins of Handsome Flake. I'm so clumsy right now. 2 tins of Handsome Flake. And I'm thinking this is like Cabby's mixture, but in flake form. But this is probably the one that I would pick to do the review on. I really wanted to try. It's weird. The tin covers are different colors, and it's the same blend. I bought it at the same time. I bought these from Pipes and Cigars, I think is who had this made, because this was almost like the Perique version of Squadron Leader, where smoking pipes had something to do with it being made. And then I dropped this earlier, I couldn't believe it, but like I was saying, I got out of 15,000, wow. They used to only make 5,000 of these. I've got one right here. This one only has 10,000. Oh wow, they made way more of the Perique ones, the red flake with Perique. But top grade red orange tips, TA 20, 13.53% sugar, single farm origin, North Carolina 2020. Pretty psyched about that. Pretty psyched about having that. And then here's a tin of the 2019, and this was the 2021. So yeah, this was September of 2019, and this was pretty awesome. You know, I was really happy to have gotten this particular one, and in Red Virginia. Yeah, the Carolina Red Flake. It doesn't give a name, it just gives L2DH-0-15 in quotes. 100% USA FCB from 2015. Grade DIA, DIF, DIH, top grade Virginia, sugar content 10.49%. That means that these are really, really bred and crossbred plants to have a name like that. And then here's another one, another rare one, and I've seen they've made this like 3 times, but it has a similar and they're from the Carolinas, so it's south and north, but it's North Carolina Red Virginia, an Italian dark fired sourced from the Sansepolcro region of Italy. And yeah, this one only had 4,500 tins, and it's about ready to explode. But yeah, it only had 4,500 tins, October 2016. I remember buying 2 of these. I wish I had bought more though, to be honest with you. Yeah, with an earthy clove-like undertones, these florets. Yeah, they called them florets. The Sansepolcro had florets, they said. And then some more small batch, Father the Flame small batch, which is just the straight up English. And this one only had 2,400 in the batch. And I remember I bought it in 2019 probably, and it was from 2017. And this is only 808 out of 2,400. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I've gone through 2 of them. And then I've got a tin of Bijou, which I actually got for free when I purchased a bunch of stuff. They threw in a tin of Bijou. And then I've got 3 tins of Our Best Blend from Smoker's Haven. It's one of my favorite blends, so I always keep. And one of them has the label is lighter colored, this top one, than the other two. That's the oldest one I have. And they're amazing. I really enjoy smoking those blends. And then I actually do still have some Sam Gawith. I've got I've got a tin of Squadron Leader. I thought I didn't have it. I just had the Perique, and now I grabbed it when it was in stock. I got 3 tins of Squadron Leader here that are probably 3 or 4 years old, and those are awesome. I can't wait to try that. I like Skiff Mixture better, but Squadron Leader's pretty amazing. And then I got a tin of King Charles Mixture, which is really good. And then I got Vocary, which is from 2016, and another Vocary from 2016, which I do want to age these the full 10 to 15 years, just like the Joie de Vivre and the Chene's cake. I want to try these when they say they're at their peak. Same with Bijou. Bijou is the Cellar series too. There's another small batch Red Flake. Remember I said I bought 2 of them. Now this is one of my favorite like typical blends from Cornell and Deal. It's almost like a blending tobacco for them, and it's called their Virginia Flake. And it's honestly, I think it's as good as Carolina Red Flake. I mean, I do. I think it's that good. I've seen people, they say it burns their tongue and stuff, but I got nothing but orange muffins out of this. It was the same as smoking Carolina Red Flake, I think. And then I've got a tin of Union Square that was tinned 124 2008, and then September 15th 2017 of Regent's Flake, and that one's just about to explode. And then down to the nitty gritty here on these kind of tins. This one I think is a 2012 tin of Exotic Mixture. It has their old address on it. North High Street. And I'm told that any tin that still has that, because they changed buildings, any tin that still has that address is like for sure a certain age. And then another one that I got in 2018, packaged April 2018, that I've hung on to. And I've bought a few here and there. I remember one year they came out with them in tins like Dunhill tins, or like Germain round tins. The flat round ones, they were special edition. I didn't buy any that year. And then I bought June of 2017. I went nuts, and I bought I have 4. I opened one recently, so that was 5. I think I must have bought 6 of them, and none of them sit flat. They're just bursting with pressure. And then the last few, I've got 2 20th anniversary blends from Smoker's Haven. And I think I got the 219. I ordered these. So these I got after the Exotic Mixture in 2018. And then I've got 2 tins of In Between. And one of them was 19, and the other one I think was before 2000. I think it was 2018 or something. I bought the first tin, because they have different colored labels, so they're different years for sure. But those are my Smoker's Haven blends. And then I have a Rat Rays Marlin Flake that February of 18, so it's exactly 4 years old. Man, that's got some weight. 100 gram tin. Bet that's worth a pretty penny too. I know that Marlin Flake is a very sought after blend by any reckoning. And then I got a Syria Latakia Flake. I've got one of these left of the Syria and Latakia, which they don't sell it anymore. It has Cypriot Latakia. And then I've got 3 tins, like I was saying earlier, of the Bengal slices that came at the old school. When did I get 2017, I guess? Yeah, I guess I got it in 2017. This is back when after they first came out with them, before they came out with the white Bengal slices, which I think is stupid. And then I got 1 tin of Balkan Sobrani, which sucks because I'm getting low on what I have. I have a couple bowls more than that tin. I got 2 tins of HH Vintage Syrian, so I'll be able to compare that to HH Balkan Blend. I've got, let's see, 3 tins of Navy rolls, all bought in 2019. Another one, 2019, another Dunhill Navy rolls. As you can see, Navy rolls was tops in my book. Yeah, I think it was my favorite. I got 1 tin of Elizabethan, 2018. I've got a tin of Dark Flake that is from 2017. So I've had that. That's a 5-year-old tin right there. 717, 3.5. Then there's a tin of Rat Rays Wallace Flake, and this one's definitely 2018, 2017. And moving on, I've got 3, I want to say 3, maybe 4 tins. Yeah, 3 tins of Mcconnell Scottish Cake from 2018. Love this blend. Absolutely fantastic blend. Great with some age on it. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 tins of Robert McConnell Scottish Flake. One of my favorite blends of all time. I remember when it came, like how Dunhill Life Flake in that square tin comes, where it came with the golden sticker, like it was a Bible or something. Okay, and then we got 2 tins of Escudo from 8/17, August of 2017. I've never tried Escudo, but I've got 2 tins of it. I bought them specifically to age and to compare with Navy rolls down the road. Then I've got a tin of Early Morning Pipe, and now I can date this. I need to date this, but it's got the thing around whatever that is around the bottom, so it's definitely got some years on it. This is back when you guys will see the presentation that I was talking about in that last video with this tin for sure. I've got another tin of Dunhill Light Flake or Dunhill Flake. I've got a tin of Orlick Golden Sliced that's from August 2017, 5 years old. I've got a tin of Ye Old Sign, which I've never had. Looking forward to trying that. And I've got a tin from August 2017 of 3-year matured, and it has the ring tin, if you'll take note. But I bought that in 2017. And then I have one lonely tin of Durber. I wish I had got more because I can already tell that, you know, it's a really, I bet it's a really good Balkan. And now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. I got, this is one for the books. It's a dented tin with the thing. February of 2010. 2010. That's a 12-year-old tin of my mixture 965. Whew. Man, I forgot how old some of these were. I've got a few. And then I've got 3 tins of aperitif, or well, 2 tins, I guess. 2 tins of aperitif. I thought I had 3, which I bought in 2018. I'm looking forward to trying those. Here we go. Nightcap, May 2007. Bam. That's a 15-year-old tin of Dunhill Nightcap. Man, that's old. That's so old. I got this on eBay, and it was 10 years at the time. Still has, when they put a sticker on it. Whew, man. Yeah, that old Nightcap there. And then I ordered a tin of Ready Rubbed off of Smoking Pipes, and it came with the ring. So I ordered another tin because I thought maybe same batch. Boom, got the same one. I think they must have been the first run of the Ready Rubbed. And then I've got a tin of Standard Mixture Mellow. Same thing, got the ring. So stoked that I got some of those before they ran out. Now remember I was telling you I had the tin of Baby's Bottom, and then they changed it to BB 1938. Now I had that tin. I forget where I got rid of it at some point, but I actually had that tin. And I've got a tin from 2015, a Fusilier's Ration. 2015. Somebody gave this to me. I forget who it was. And then I've got a tin of Presbyterian Mixture that I've had for ages. I don't even know where I got this from. I forget. Yeah, that's definitely a great one. Then I got another one with the ring, London Mixture. Now this one's I've never had, but I bet you it's fantastic. Virginia and Oriental medium cut. And then I've got 2 standard. I got a Standard Mixture and a Standard Mixture medium. So I have the medium, the regular mixture, and then the mellow. And I got London. I got so many. I mean, I'm really pleased about my cellar. I feel like I've got everything I need, really and truly.